They said I never walk again. Can't you see I've got no rhythm? So I said I never stand again. The way I stood with you.
Let there be light, light, light.
Got him! Got him!
That's hush.
KS Radio Show, hosted by Alicio, aka KS. You got a new hot record you can't get on the airways? Well, they take music submissions over here at Alicio Torres 1989 at yahoo.com.
Say what?
Alicio started the KS Radio Show in January 2016, and it is recorded live every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time through www.blogtalkradio.com. Not only is the KS Radio Show the home of the most exclusive music and interviews, you can also give a birthday shout out to your homies.
Happy birthday!
Follow on Instagram and Twitter at KS Radio Show, or contact Alicio directly. His phone number is 513-370-4968. Alicio is down to interview anybody with a testimony, so get with it or get lost, get right or get left. Yeah.
FRIENDS, miss me with them indirect boxes on the internet. I passed don't never intersect. How you in the click, but you don't know me at all. All your shots get intercepted, so don't throw me the ball.
Hustle. You have to hustle, put in the hard work. There's no excuses on the road to success. Even when you feel defeated, you gotta keep going. Pray. You have to pray for everything that you want and everything that you're thankful for. When it's not going the way that you want, you still gotta trust the process. Eat. After the hard work, it's time to celebrate and fellowship with the ones who believed in you. And if they didn't believe you, let's turn them into believers. Hustle, pray, eat. It's the brand that motivates.
Pardon me if my speech seems tempered with passion, but lately my life ain't been no crystal stair. Instead of graduations and walking across stages and going to basketball games, I'm seeing riots and fires and people who are dying from a lack of air. I would speak, but see, the way this mask on my face is set up, I'm a little distant, and frankly, I'm tired. And I really don't understand the argument, because some of us have been wearing masks to church long before they were required, but I digress. We smile, but see, depression has a funny way with timing, because as soon as I think it's gonna get better, the news only reminds me every 4 minutes exactly how many people are dying. This can't be life. They say things get better with time. How, Sway? Because Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, and Breonna Taylor didn't get more time. Instead, time rewarded them with death, the hard way. I want to keep the faith, but I'd be lying if I didn't say sometimes I feel forgotten, because never leave me nor forsake me seems to fade when my brothers and sisters are rotten. The pastor spoke about racism on Sunday, but that was weeks ago, and now we're on to the next. While Robert Fuller and Malcolm Harsh were found in sunny Southern California in a tree hanging by their necks, so I need answers. 'Cause if red and yellow, black and white are all precious in his sight, then why does fear now come in squad cars when police come out at night? If we can launch people into space where no one is, why can't we get ventilators in hospitals just so people can live? I don't see the issue. Cause you're telling me my car can park itself, drive itself, but I can't go to the store and buy tissue. Something ain't adding up. I've been in the house 3 whole months and life will never be the same. I got gloves, I got masks, I got disinfectant. I bought this story, hook, line, and sinker. I've sanitized my hands so much. Alcohol is coming out my pores and I have never been a drinker, so I need answers. So what do? Me? Oh, I turn to the place this record has never been wrong. Written over 2,000 years ago and still correct, still right, still true, song after song. See, this story, like so many before, was already in the bookcases. There will be nation rising up against nation, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. I know you feel like there's no hope, and this world is in a downward spiral. But can I tell you something? At the peak of hopelessness is a perfect time for revival. Because God has never lost, and he is still on the throne, and he will reign forever after statues, after flags, protesters, and Corona are all long gone. There is a hope found in him that this world needs to know. And it's up to us, it is up to you to make sure that his love is known. My brother, my sister, our skin color don't make us divided, because the blood that was shed on Calvary is relentless, and it has hope, joy, and unity inside it. You looking for an answer? Well, let me be frank and very clear. The only answer that will change anything in this world is Jesus, and he is, as he has always been, right here. He is the answer.
Got him! Got him!
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Yo. Already know we back. And we gonna do something a little different this time, you know what I mean? For those that's tuning in, for some reason Facebook acting crazy, man. But this is why we've been saying come to YouTube. YouTube holding us down, so, you know, but today we gonna do it a little different. We gonna start with an exclusive joint from Saint Saccone out in Cali. Looking forward to having this brother on the show. You know what I mean? He tapped in with me behind scenes, sent me this track, super fire, you know what I mean? So let's get into this real quick, and then we gonna get the show started, you heard?
Okay, I'm reloaded.
This right here is Saint Saccone from Cali, you heard? The Lord got him in the trenches.
Commotion hardly get talked about with the message clear. It's harder to pick up that topic knowing they left it there. Parental discretion advised for your molested ear. Talk of someone dimming their lights with nothing less to fear. But fear not of the daily struggles of yesteryears. Like, baby girl, your dad's out. See, my mama man now. No more gang living. I cut the clan out. Sick of asking for handouts from people with their hands out. Mom said take a seat. That's when you stand out. Cause in the long run they get fatigued. Then you gas out. Learn through all of my lessons. There ain't a fast route. There's something that you missing. Better get it for the class out. Cause when the bell rings, I'ma know just what heaven got or what hell bring. We all know it's crunch time, that's what they tell me. Can't let none of these other people derail me. Like feet don't fail me now. I'm pouring out my emotions so they can get it off. I once thought I would kill myself till I did it wrong. Then gang banging took my life, then all my feelings gone. So we was prone to take another soul over a stitch of clothes. Stupid gestures impressed her, that's why she joined the movement. Never would've guessed them drugs and the prostitution. This game will take a good child and make them a nuisance. Dissatisfaction left the razors and making a nuisance. The best thing I learned in life was that I can improve it, that I can gain it and can profit if I was to lose it. Therefore I dedicate my life to the positive music and pay attention to these lessons. I'm not gonna be stupid, cause when the bell rings, I'ma know just what heaven got or what hell bring. We all know it's crunch time, that's what they tell me. Can't let none of these other people derail me like feet don't fail me now. Backwood and a quarter of Jolly Green for breakfast. Back before I had common sense and sense of direction. Since then I've sorted problems and counted my blessings. Counted on people, counted out, just don't count us for second. Cause first off, the old me isn't getting much older. Relapses come a dime a dozen when holding composures. Riding the wave seems okay when you riding it sober. But intoxication is a factual coper. Supplemental for the mistakes that we done in cause. Why drop the ball for my district like I'm John Wall? I'm not a fraud, I'm not perfect, I done it all. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, we all think we stars, but he knows we are. Closed casket, closed cases, I'm closest to be here. Thought I was, the 42 years turned into 3 years. My little brother got shot, I was supposed to be there. I slide for him, if I wasn't here, I wouldn't be here. So God, thank you for correction and incarceration. I stay in my lane because my thoughts are racing. Too many people think I'm rude, cause I don't partake in their conversations. I just don't get them cause they thoughts are basic. Like who am I to say that just cause you married that you can't get it in? I don't make the rules, but it is a sin. Who am I to know the who said what and point out your fakest friend? Why if I reply then I'm as fake as them, right? Why should I be looking unstoppable here like Clark Kent? It's not me, man, it's all him. I'm just a broken child, a sinner who's fallen short cause the law's bent. And paid attention to that word repent. All that gas, gutter 30 boy living, I give it up now. Cause I done really found who I can trust now. Been through the fire, I ain't broken a tire, think I ain't tough now. Cause I don't need the team when I touch down.
All glory to God. We only do this for the king, you know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Yeah. You know, we had to start the show a little different today. You know, I want to start doing that, right? Because I think there's so many dope artists who ain't got a full album yet. You know, and I know my bro Alicia reached out a couple times about that, you know, and I also want to honor those brothers too, man, and them sisters too, because, yo, there's people out there that's dropping that fire. This brother right here, Saint Saccone, you know, he out in the middle of the trenches, man. He's still dealing with gang members. You know, he himself, you know, he's not born again that long yet, you know what I mean? So he's just out here just trying to make sense of it, you know what I mean, in the name of Jesus. So shout out to the bro, man. Yeah. You already know why we here, though.
I enjoyed it, man. Did he say what the title was, or is that still in the works? Or
it's called Through My Eyes.
That joint was fire, man.
That was fire,
yeah. Facts. But yo, you already know, man, son. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, man. You know what I mean? Definitely humbled to have you on, man.
Hey,
Lisa, what up?
What's going on, Easy, man? What's going on, bro, man? I'm honored to have Gmusik here with us tonight, man. We're going to tap into the music, a little bit of his testimony. We just going to rock out and give God some glory. You feel me? Let's get it.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do, man. Glory to God. Gmusik, man. What up, man?
What up, bro? How's it going, man? How you feeling?
You already know, man. Chilling, man. Just out here trying to be a servant. You know what I mean? What's up with you, though?
I hear that, man. Busy day, crazy day, man. Just ready to get it in. What's good? Alicia, what up, man?
What's up, Alicia? Hey, yo, you know Alicia the kingdom servant for real, man. Alicia be out here making these connections.
Know everybody, bro. Alicia know everyone.
That's a fact. He be out here making all these connections, man. And I'm definitely humbled to have you on. I think, you know, shout out to Alicia for making this connection. I think I've heard of you already, man. I think I even got you on my playlist. But, you know what I mean? I'm definitely honored that you be on the show today and allow us to, you know, metaphorically wash your feet, you heard?
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate being here, man. It's an honor, fam.
Yeah. So for the people tapping in, man, definitely want to say shout out to y'all. You already know how we do on this show. The information is at the bottom of the screen. It takes physical keys to open up physical doors, right? So, you know, his Cash App is there as well. Like I always say, they don't ask us to put their Cash App there. This is something that the Lord put on my heart to start doing. If you notice, we not asking Cash Apps for us. You know what I mean? We just trying to get the artists some type of bread because we know it takes physical keys to open up physical doors. These artists got to pay studio time, but on top of that, more importantly, they got kids to raise, they got bills to pay, they got a life to live like everybody else. So if God puts it on your heart, man, go show that support. You know what I mean? Be a servant, man. But information at the bottom of the screen.
That's real, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, fun fact, Gmusik. Of course, I know Gmusik. We've never met in person yet, but
Yeah.
he is a he's a friend and a brother to a lot of mutual friends like Kiwi Morris, Queese, everybody that run with the Grand Rapids crew.
The homies out there.
He used to live there. So
Shout out to them. Shout out to them, man. Yeah.
So we had Edify on the show, we had PZ on the show, and we got Queese coming up on Thursday. So those are the homies, those are the bros to Gmusik, which is how I met Gmusik, and we formed this interview over a phone call. I just wanted to call and say what's up to him, and it turned out to be a 25-minute conversation, which ended up him being a guest on the show. So again,
No, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. You know, one thing I noticed, man, is that a lot of people are tapping in with y'all. You know what I mean? We got the sis that was on the podcast, Faith, you know, from New York, tapped in with y'all. You know what I mean? Now we got Gmusik, originally from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Tapping in with y'all. Gmusik, man, just for the people tapping in, tell them a little bit about yourself, where you from. You know what I mean?
A little bit about myself, man. I was born in Puerto Rico, raised in Brooklyn, New York, East New York.
Puerto Rico! Oh! Puerto Rico! Oh!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm Boricua all the way, man. But yeah, man, just grew up in New York, man. Bounced back and forth from Florida and New York for some time. I lived in Michigan for like 8 years. Built with a lot of people out there, and I love music, love God, man, and just, you know, just here to keep it real, man, and just, you know, show love. So it's what it is.
Facts. Being that you do come from New York, you know what I mean? We know that, you know, the BX is what's called the Mecca as far as music is concerned. But being that you in Brooklyn, you're not too far from the BX, so elaborate a little bit about music for you coming up. You know what I mean? What was that like?
Music for me coming up, man. Well, when I was younger, man, I used to listen to everything, to be honest, man. I fell in love with hip hop around times when Tupac was popping, like Tupac, Jay-Z. That was my era of listening to music, like Biggie, Nas, Eminem. That era was like, wow.
Yeah, you naming some goats right there, man.
Yeah, man.
Some staples.
Heavy hit.
Yeah, it was dope, man. Getting introduced to it, it was different. I mean, I grew up in a Spanish household, you feel me? So my mom never listened to nothing like that. But yeah, growing up in the hood, like you get, you know, you fall in love with those things about being out there, you know. So
yeah, I mean, you know, the hip hop culture is definitely a culture that touches many different you know, races, aspects of life. You got people all the way down in Africa relating to the hip hop culture. So
yes,
I think
definitely.
a lot of time we mistake the hip hop culture for just being a, you know, a hood thing or something like that. But the reality is that it's music, and music is a representation of the heart, and it connects on different frequencies with people.
Yeah, nah, I definitely agree with that, brother.
Yeah, man. And then, you know, I didn't grow up too far from New York. I'm from Lawrence, Mass. You know what I mean? But you know, my city is from the East Coast, so we are definitely, you know, very into music, right? So, you know, we definitely into bars, we definitely into spitting. So me coming up, you know, music played a very important role in my life. Everywhere I went, it was there. You know what I mean? It was the way that I related to people on the block. It was even the way that I related to my counselor when I was in DYS as a kid. You know what I mean? But music has always been there for me, you know, so when I remember as a kid running around with a cardboard box, challenging my boys out the window, you know what I mean, to breakdancing. Like, yo, come outside, you know, you gonna get this work or whatever. Not like that, but you get what I'm saying? Yeah. But I remember music being there for me, and it was almost like an escape, you know what I'm saying? And something that drew me in was my boy Sammy, you know, R.I.P. Sammy, you know, Sosa. He was somebody that used to come on the block, and he'll start freestyling, and people would surround him, you know, and I would be in the cut watching him, you know, and I'm thinking to myself, man, that's dope that he can do that. Like, he was, like, commanding the attention of everybody, you know, and that was one of the first things that inspired me to want to start doing music was my man Sosa, you know what I mean? So, R.P. Sosa, man. So what was one of the things for you that inspired you to want to do music?
Really, man, I just enjoyed the music, man. Like, just finding my own way of like venting, like through listening to music, and then that's what inspired me to start writing music. So it was just always the passion and the love for music itself, like, you know, like the emotion of it. So that's what it was for me.
When you say venting, what do you mean by venting? In what way?
Like, you know, like when you're listening to a joint and you relate, you know, like you could feel what they're saying. When you could feel what an artist is saying, that's what drew me into like really loving music. That inspired me to start writing my own music. So that's what I mean.
So it was just like you know how like some people be having journals and they write in their journal. For you, it was like music.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, facts. That's exactly the way that it was for me, man. I've said that on this show. And that's why I've even said that, you know, for me, music has been that escape, that way of me connecting with reality. And you know what I mean? Because a lot of times when you grow up, especially when you come in from these neighborhoods where you're dealing with, you know, you walk out the crib and you liable to see somebody get shot or stabbed or something. You know, me being 15 years old, I was stabbed as well. So you would think a kid at that age shouldn't be in those situations. So music for me has always been that escape. Music for me has been like the way that I could relate to the world around me because I had to make sense of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
for me, yeah, man, I could relate with you on that, man. Shout out to you for that. Music is definitely like a journey. What's up, Lisho?
So since it is the GodSon listening party and we're talking about music, we have 3 videos and 3 songs. So Gmusik, man, what we're gonna kick the show off with tonight? What's gonna be the appetizer for the people to listen to music?
So anybody who's watching us right now, we got 7 viewers. You know what I mean? Tap in. Let us know what you want to see, a video or you want to hear just a song. Let's give them a couple minutes to respond.
So definitely comment, you guys, if you're watching on Facebook or if you're watching on YouTube. We want to know what y'all want to hear or what y'all want to see first. You want to see a video or you want to hear a song?
Word.
It's up to y'all, man. We're asking the crowd, we're asking the audience. We need some feedback.
Well, you know what? Let me know if you see something, because I'm about to just, I think I'm going to just play a video, man. I want to go into that victory over pain. What you think?
Hey, let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right, we got songs. All right, then we're going to have to go into scheming.
Hey,
we're going to have to go into scheming, you heard? Yo, you heard the people, man. The people spoke, man. We're going to get into this track right here. It's called Scheming. You already know what to do, man. Share the podcast.
Yo, shout out to my boy Jay Cruz. He was in that track, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Jay Cruz, man. Hey, Lisa, you got something you want to say?
That's what I was going to say. So,
okay, all right. Yeah. So you already know. For the people watching, man, no, we having issues on Facebook, man. They not trying to rock with us like that. So if you could share it to Facebook, get your people to tap in with us. We here trying to just shine light on each other. You know what I mean? So with that, let's get into this joint called Scheming. You already know what to do.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Let's go. I need you to share it live, you heard?
I know you gonna dig this.
Never be plotting and scheming, hey. Never be plotting and scheming, yeah. Never be plotting and scheming. Late nights can't sleep. Late nights can't sleep. Cold nights feel the heat. Aim at their heads, I'm making them bleed. I know my sin, it desires me, yeah. I know my sin, it desires me, yeah. I know my sin, it desires me, hey. I know my sin, it desires me. Late nights can't sleep. Late nights can't sleep. Cold nights, I feel the heat. Aim at their heads, I'm making them bleed. Make more with the flesh, I put it to death. I'm loaded clips, I go Cobain. The only is dead, the devil's a lion, but I am a poacher. Demons Paquito, my God is colossal. I bury my past in the ground like a fossil. Hard up for fear, not even death. Snakes when I slither, I'm bruising my heel. I'm battling demons, I'm aiming to kill. My life is a movie, yo, but it's too real. Keep me a dagger, that love of my swagger. I'm covered in righteousness, fight like a Maximus. Kick him right in the gluteus maximus. Beef to the maximum, change like I'm Optimus. Aim at your obstacles, box like an octopus, stop like an octagon. Yeah. I got some arrows in my quiver. Keep them sharp, I make them shiver. Check the bars that I deliver. Parade scripture on the bullet. Cock it back, then I pull it. Aim for your soul, I'm aim for the sun. He's the bullet, and I am the gun. Yeah. Devil be plotting and scheming, yeah. Devil be plotting and scheming, ayy. Devil be plotting and scheming, yeah. Devil be plotting and scheming, yeah.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah. Devil be plotting and
I need you to share this, you heard? Tell somebody to tap in.
Devil be plotting and scheming. Late nights can't sleep. Late nights can't sleep. Cold nights feel the heat. Aim at their heads, I'm making them bleed. I know my sin, it desires me, yeah. I know my sin, it desires me, yeah. I know my sin, it desires me, ayy. I know my sin, it desires me. Late nights can't sleep. Late nights can't sleep. Cold nights, I feel the heat. Aim at their heads, I'm making them bleed.
Let's go.
I perfection, I feel to impress him, but still he be giving me blessings. I take my profession, I give him aggression, and still he be dealing me lessons. It's an undertaking, underrated, real, it's an understatement. I was born to make it. Even when giving me grills, I giving them chills. Like a frozen blazing, free from the chains, get out of my brain. You cannot control what I aim. Hate, but ain't stopping the wave. The devil be giving me shade, I'm never afraid. Sit with the pen and the page, but not for the fame. I won't be a slave to the things that we gain. Making it rain, man, you just lame. Change up your lane, just pick a name. Go and get him, I'm born to kill him. Demons on my back, but I'm born for real, I'm born to fill him. Up with the fire, the devil's a liar. I'm taking him higher, the Lord's to get him. So I take him and break him and force to kill him. Send him back to where the force is in him. Off the venom, prayed up and give him my all. So if I fall, yeah, I know the source to get him.
Let's go. Shout out to Brooklyn in the building.
Devil be plotting and scheming, yeah. Devil be plotting and scheming, ayy. Devil be plotting and scheming, yeah. Devil be plotting and scheming. Late nights can't sleep. Late nights can't sleep. Cold nights feel the heat. Aim at their heads, I'm making them bleed. I know my sin, it desires me, yeah. I know my sin, it desires me, yeah. I know my sin, it desires me, ayy. I know my sin, it desires me. Late nights can't sleep. Late nights can't sleep. Cold nights, I feel the heat. Aim at their heads, I'm making them bleed.
That right there is spicy, boy. Word up, man. I like the vibe. I like the energy. You know what I mean? That right there felt like that, you know, getting ready to go out and have a good time for the night, you know, with your peoples and just getting into a good vibe. You heard? Shout out to you.
That was that go to war track right there. What you saying, bro?
Yeah, hey, man, you know what? The Bible talks about us, you know, it says to throw on the full armor of God for we not wrestle against. So the war we going on is about putting on Jesus, man. So
yo, that joint right there, just to let y'all know a little bit about that song right there, me and my boy J. Cruz wrote that. It was like 2 a.m. when we wrote that joint. Like we was at his crib. He was showing me some beats. And I was like, yo, let's write to this joint right here. We wrote to it. We literally wrote that song like in 20 minutes, man. It was crazy. Wow. And yeah, and we recorded it. I mixed and mastered it, all that. And yeah, it was fire, man. It's basically about spiritual warfare, like you know, the devil be plotting and scheming. And basically, I'm saying, like, you know, when the demons coming for you, you know, ain't for their heads and making them bleed. Like, you know, like you taking them out. Like, you know, it's not real hood with it, but you know, that was my interpretation of like spiritual warfare, like, you know, taking them out when they're coming for you.
Sometimes we got to do that, man. And the Bible talks about us not being ignorant of the devil's schemes, you know, and being we come from different backgrounds, right? So we come from many walks of life, but the devil moving in every single walk of that life, you know what I mean? It don't matter if you from the suburbs or you from the hood, you know, it's a constant spiritual war. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the reality is this, man, that I don't mind going into the dark places, man. I don't mind to go into the places where there's gang members and all that, because I know that the gospel needs to be preached. You know what I mean? So just to have one person hear my testimony, one person that I can connect with, that's a good time for me, you heard? Because Jesus is king. And we gotta start seeing it that way, man, because we fighting a defeated foe. You know what I mean? It says that the devil roams around like a roaring lion. If you know anything about the way lions are and the way they act, they ambush predators. They don't roar before they attack. Mm-hmm. So if they roaring, they trying to scare you. They trying to keep you at a distance. So it's not that the devil want to attack you. He worried that you going to attack him, because darkness must flee every time light come in the room, you heard? Glory to God.
That's real, bro.
What's up,
Major facts. So, if I'm not mistaken, Scheming, I want to say came out last year. Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, actually, probably like a year, almost. It could have been 2 years ago, honestly. Maybe like a year and a half or something like that.
I got you.
Nah, because I've been out here in Florida almost 2 years, so it probably was 2 years back.
Okay. So I know
So
that you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Meezy.
I was going to ask you, what's your what inspires you to make a song when you hear a beat, or do you come up with a concept?
So I always came up with like I used to get these beats from you ever heard of the How to Be an MC joints, like where people used to get buy the CDs with beats on them.
Yeah, I mean, where like in New
So
York when they used to sell them
yeah,
on
yeah, like they
125th.
sell them. That's how I used to get my beats back in the day. So it was always kind of like me going through tracks, like me listening to different beats, and then like going with the feeling of the beat. Like if it was something hard, like it inspired me to write something with that energy, you know. And if it was emotional, that's kind of how I used to go about writing music before. Like lately now, like sometimes it just depends, but most of the time it's really with a beat. Like I gotta hear a beat and get inspired in a feeling. It comes with a feeling for me. And when I get that feeling, then I know what I'm gonna write about.
Word.
So when you write songs, like what comes first, the hook or the chorus, or you already have a verse wrote and you're just looking for a beat.
Usually I write a hook first, but there's times where I've just, like I heard a beat and I just start writing bars, like different bars that just sound dope. And then like, hey, I'm gonna write about this. And then I just keep it going. Like, it's always different for me, but most of the time it's like probably a hook and then, the verses. Sometimes it could be like I've written songs in like 10, 15 minutes, and I've written songs in a span of a month or two or three. Like it's just like I might have wrote a verse here one time, and then like 2 months later I finished the second verse. Like because I just didn't come up with anything for the second verse, and then one day I just listen to it and get inspired. So it just really depends, but that's my process really. I just go with whatever I feel at the moment, like whatever I feel is speaking to me.
So just a little bit about you, right? Because we know that you're a Christian artist now. Has it always been like that for you? What's your religious background? When I say religious, I'm just speaking in terms of today, right? But what was
Right.
the background with you and Jesus? Is really what I want to ask.
Right. So I grew up going to church. Like my mom, she used to take us to church when we was younger. It was more like you had to go, really. It wasn't like a choice. um, but I always had like a love for God, like I believed in God and stuff like that. But it wasn't like I said, it wasn't like a choice. Like I wasn't choosing to live that life. So I was always distracted by the things I was surrounded by in my environment. Like, like I was always surrounded by different negative things. So that's what I always consumed. But I did pray. I always prayed when I was younger. My mom definitely gave us that, like to pray before we left the house and stuff like that. So she definitely instilled that in me initially before anything, like, pray to God or think about what God is gonna do in this situation. If you do this, if you do that, like, so she definitely was a part of the process with that. But yeah, man.
So she was the one that was sowing the seed. But something that you said, man, and I think it's so important to today, is that as much as you was being forced to go to church, it wasn't something that you was really doing from your heart. So at what point did you go from basically sitting at the back of the church to moving up front?
That took me a while. It was a process, man. I went to church for years, and then when I became a teen, like I stopped going to church. And it was times my mom would tell me we're going to church, and I would just find an excuse to not go to church. So, like, like I just always felt the thing about it to me, it was like we grew up in a Hispanic Pentecostal church, and it was very strict at times. So it always made me feel like we wasn't good, like I wasn't good enough to be a Christian. Like kind of like I always had that feeling like, yo, I got so much garbage. Like, how can I be a Christian? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know how to navigate. I didn't have like, anybody talking to me in details about how to navigate through things. So it was kind of like, you just heard these things were bad, and if you don't do these things, you going to hell type. It was kind of like that vibe. So to me, it was like, yo, is a wrap for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was a process. It wasn't until I came to Florida, to be honest. When I was 14, my mom sent me away to Florida because I was getting in trouble. I was chilling in the corners with the homies. You know, she already could see where I was headed. You know,
You was already in. You was in
like
there.
That. So I was doing I was doing a couple things I should not have been doing at that time at 14, young age. I was exposed to a lot. So she sent me to live with my aunt and my uncle in Florida. I was back and forth from New York and Florida for a couple years. I would live out there a year, then go back to New York for a year, then go back to Florida. Then I started going to this church in Florida when I was I think I was about 16. And it was like a different feel. Like I never went to a church like that. Like it was like, you know, people like me, like they dressed like regular. It wasn't like all strict, and it kind of gave me a different perspective. Like these people Christian, like, you know, like it just gave me a different perspective. And I would just listen to the messages. And I remember one time there was this pastor that came and he was talking. But you ever been at a church where it's like he talking, but he looking at me the whole time, and everything he's saying is accurate. And to me, it was crazy. It was like, yo, there's no way this dude noticed. Like he wasn't saying, like talking to me like person, like, hey, you. But like he kept looking at me, and the things he kept saying was just like hitting.
It's like your heart was being convicted.
Yeah, I was being convicted.
All them seeds your moms done sowed all them years.
I was like,
it's about that time.
And I knew, and I believed in God, so I knew it was real. Like I felt it, and yeah, it was crazy. Like so that day, you know, he said, you know, whoever wants to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, come to the front. So I did, and I usually don't share this that often with people because it's so personal to me, and I also think like, you know, people like, I don't know if people believe or not in certain things and the spiritual stuff, but like I literally felt like as I was getting prayed for, like oil was pouring on me. It was weird, and it was like different, like something I never felt before ever. So like I went home feeling good. Real talk, like, and this is live. I never told this story live or anything. Only a few people know this story. But I went home, I was feeling great, and it was like I felt different. Like I really felt different. And then I laid down, and it was like 3:00 in the morning. I just remember laid down, and I had a spiritual experience with something that wasn't good. I felt something choking me, basically. Like so, and I knew I was awake. I knew I wasn't tripping. I was like, yo, this is bugged out. I was scared, like real talk. Like I was like, I don't know what to do. So I just prayed, and whatever it was, it let me go. And ever since then, I knew like, yo, they mad. Like that's what I kept thinking. Like they mad that I gave my life to Jesus. This is real.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's and I like I said, I never really told nobody that story, so y'all get the exclusive.
Well, look, man, yo, Cuzzo, I'm gonna tell you right now, so I had that same experience in the jail cell.
I had experience like that too.
Yeah, I was sleeping, and I usually don't remember my dreams, so I always feel like I don't dream, right? But this one time, I remember this dream, and I was dreaming that my grandmother was like in this see-through red dress on a rocking chair laughing at me, telling me I was going to die. And my grandmother, she was like somebody that loved Jesus all her life, right? And I remember looking at it, and I'm like, yo, this was bugging me out because I've never known her to have this character. And when I woke up, I couldn't move off of my bed, man. I was stuck. I couldn't even breathe. And I started to say in Spanish, que Dios me reprenda. I said that 3 times. Yeah. What that means is the Lord rebuked me. I don't know why I was saying that because I didn't grow up in the church, but it was just what naturally came out of me. I said it 3 times, and whatever it was, let me go. And I remember standing at the cell door, and it must have been like probably 4, 5 in the morning, and I didn't even want to go back to sleep because I was like, yo, what the heck was that? You know what I mean? So, and then, you know, fast forward, I have an encounter with Jesus. I give my life to Jesus, and right there, I felt like this. It was weird. It felt like the weight of the world lifted off of me, and my thoughts became clear. You know what I mean? So it was almost like something was confusing my way of thinking. You know what I mean? I don't know, man, but I definitely want to share that story because I want you to know you're not bugging. You know what I mean? At least you'll say he had a similar joint.
Definitely not bugging. It was 2010, a day I would never forget. I was traveling with Eddie James Ministries. We were in some part of North Carolina, and I had like that night I had it felt like I had a fever. Okay, so I got off the phone with my mom. I went to bed. Right, woke up like 3 in the morning or something. No, we had to be at the church at like 12 or 11 a.m. Like in a few hours. So I'm hot. So whoever I was sleeping with or whatever, or whoever was in the room with me, I woke them up and told them to go get whoever the road manager was at that time, and Jose, whatever his name was. And Jose came. He was a little older than me, so he felt. So I was sweating on the outside, but I was burning up on the inside. Again, I woke up like this, so I spent like 3 hours in the tub, fully clothed, ice. So it was hot water, and then I was drinking cold water. And then when 11 o'clock came around, we got on the bus. I got on the bus. I sat next to, I don't know who I sat next to, but they said I sat next to the window. And literally, the bus ride was like 20 minutes from our host home to the church where we were supposed to be dancing at and stuff. And I fell asleep. I fell asleep, and I couldn't wake up. Kid you not.
Yo, I can't even hear y'all. Y'all hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can't hear anything. They cut off.
You can't hear none of us?
You hear me?
I hear you. You might have to click out and come back in, cuzzo.
So who was I sitting next to? I don't know who I was sitting next to. Anyways, the guy named Michael Lake had just got back from injury. And I want to say it was like a leg injury, a foot injury or something. And I remember like people pushing me to like wake me up, like Elicio, wake up, or Chico, wake up. And I couldn't wake up for the life of me. Okay, this is broad daylight. I can't wake up. I'm sitting on the bus.
Crazy.
So everybody leave me on the bus. Everybody leave me. And Michael Lake comes back. And you know, he tries to wake me up. And Mike is a big, you know, he's a big Caucasian guy. Or at least he's bigger than me anyway. He's not like so he picks me up in no cap. It feel like, I don't know if you guys watch WWE or not, but John Cena has the move that he push on the shoulders and throw you over. I was on my man Michael's shoulders, and I remember my hand, the back of my hand, slapping every headrest walking up to the door. And I felt the sunlight hit me, and he put me on the pews in the church. And he told Eddie James, who was the artist at the time, they were practicing or whatever, like, hey, yo, Chico ain't waking up. And Eddie came over, he checked on me, and immediately he told, you know, like the prayer team and the dancers and the staff members at the church to immediately go into prayer. And they were asking, like, who was the last person he talked to, who slept in the room with him. And they called the paramedics, and you know, the paramedics came or whatever. And the paramedics, they stuck me. Like, I heard them talking, like, what's his name? Who was the last person he talked to? And again, I couldn't wake up. So the moment when the paramedics, when they stuck me, I woke up. And I didn't know where I was. I didn't know where I was, bro. It was broad daylight. I don't even remember getting on the bus. Now, remind you, the host home is 20 minutes from the church. Expressway, red lights and everything. 20 whole minutes or more. So I got on the phone with my mom. They told my mom what was happening. And then that was maybe like a Saturday. And then it happened again on the bus on like Wednesday or something. And my mom was like, you know what? Y'all don't know what's going on with him. Just send him home. So I left. I left my bags. I left with everything that I had on. And they were trying to figure out if they were going to send me with a bus ticket or with a plane ticket. And they sent me with a bus. And I took the ride from North Carolina all the way by myself back to Ohio. And I've been here ever since.
So why do you think you had that experience?
I have no idea. Even to this day, I don't even know why.
That's interesting.
I don't even know why.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. Definitely want to say that the spiritual realm is real. You know,
very real.
You know, and it doesn't always look like a ghost. It doesn't always look like, you know, what the movies tell us it looks like. A lot of times it looks like yourself being confused, thinking that you're going in the right direction, and you're really not. You know, sometimes it looks like you worshiping money more than you honor people in your life. You know what I mean? More than you honor your father and your mother. Like, you know, the first commandment that God gives us that comes with a promise is to honor your father and your mother. And some people will go harder for their money than they would go for the. So that's what, you know, that's another form of being demon possessed. You know, so the spiritual realm is real, man. And I just want you to understand that the things that you give yourself over to, the things that you choose to believe become the reality that you live in. You know what I mean? So,
Facts.
but Gmusik, man, I know you was having some issues, man. You good right now?
Yeah, my brother called and he messed everything up. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb.
Hey, yo, shout out to the bro. Shout out to the bro, though. You gotta give him a shout out.
Shout out to the bro. I'll call you back.
Word, man.
So we played a song. I think it's time for a video. I think we should start with your first video because that's So Brooklyn Challenge. It went viral for everybody.
Hey, yo, fun fact. That So Brooklyn beat, that's what I wrote Revelations 12:11 to. I did that because that was something that was buzzing.
So familiar.
Yeah, I wanted to do something different. It was like my first video that I did as a CHH artist. And it was like, I just wanted to like give a like I saw everybody doing the So Brooklyn challenge. And it was dope coming from there, hearing what they were talking about. I get it, I relate it. But I wanted to put a twist in it. Like, yeah, I get it. Sometimes, you know, the pride from especially New York is like, we very much like, yeah, I'm from New York. Like, you already know how
my talk, cuzzo.
Yeah,
that's the same way I approached it. The same way. If you listen to the Revelations 12:11,
I gotta hear yours.
Yeah, I'm so like God. You know what I mean? That's how I started the verse. I'm so like God. I don't think that you get it. I'm made in His image. Genesis, you know what I mean? 127. That's since the beginning. You know what I mean? So I thought I came at it the same way, but that actually testifies to us being born again and having the same spirit, becoming one spirit with God, because, you know, the perspective is the same, you heard?
Yeah,
that is a fact.
But yeah, let's run it. Y'all
let's run it. You already know what time it is, man. Information at the bottom of the screen. Go tap in with Gmusik, man. Shout out to him, man. If God put it on your heart to sow into him, his Cash App is right there as well, you heard? But let's get it, man.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
I need you to share the love. I need you to go share the love.
I'm so Brooklyn. That's right.
Shout out to Gmusik.
Don't get it twisted though.
Let's go.
Look. I remember coming from a place where it was never the safest. Rhymes and the violence, something we could relate with. Was put in the third grade, then I chose to embrace it. The streets are the jungle, the lines out there to take it. So I became a mindset so impatient, watching for any face. Acting hard, get your face lift. Thoughts I apply, get that paper and break it. Yeah, gotta make it, aiming to be the greatest. Anxiety from the pressure turned me into a savage. Walking with automatics, turning into a habit. No father that showed me the way the streets came out and raised me. Mom was always there, but too caught up to ever take me. So I trained myself with that mentality, going hard for my family just to avoid a tragedy. We dying every day, especially summer days. We all heard about God, yeah, but we chose another way. It's outrageous, living like gotta take it. Bodies on the floor for being real, never faking. I found God, but I still struggle with hatred. That's why I'm open-minded, I guess it's been invasive. But now I'm trying to make a change, but sometimes I feel the same. We just gotta break the chain, gotta fight the pain. I learned it don't make you real, cause you're hardcore, just harder to show love where I'm from. Yeah, we all know. Show different, make a difference, make them listen. Try to explain the vision, it's ain't for competition. Been in both sides of the coin, yeah, so man, I get it. One side, at least to death, and I'm sure that you regret it. The road to riches is so vicious, we don't ever listen. It's too late to rethink your steps if your soul is missing. Yeah, I hope you feel me, the real me. I'm still Brooklyn all day, but I just won't let it kill me. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. I need you to share the love. Shout out to Gmusik. He's so Brooklyn. You heard? Oh my God.
All glory to God. We only do this for the king, you know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Hey, let's get it.
You already know, man.
Yeah, what you thinking, bro? You feeling that joint?
Hey, yo, look, we can't see you.
You can't
We
see
can't
me?
see you. We can't see
Let
you.
me turn the camera off and back on. What about now?
No,
Not
negative.
happening.
Right?
Not happening.
For real?
Yeah, we got what's his name? Agent Smith in the building.
He just still trying to creep in. We gonna push him back
Yo,
out. So
yeah, Agent Smith, man, got to get up out of here, man. We rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Alicia, break down. What's up? What you think of that?
so I loved it. Um, out of all the years that I've known G Music, that was my first time watching that video before I sent it over to you this morning, and I was like, "What? He did the So Brooklyn challenge?" And then I forgot that he was from Brooklyn. So anyway, I thought the track was hard, which is why I sent it over to you, and I'm glad that we played it tonight. Shout out to D Riddick tapping in from
Yeah,
Virginia.
shout out to D Riddick. Shout out to D Riddick in the building. Hey, yo, Cuzzo, I see you. I see you. I see you, man.
But
I
yeah,
was just,
man,
I was
I
actually
was
just
definitely
playing
feeling
D
the video.
Riddick's music last night. You know what I mean? Super fire artist, man.
That's what's up. Yo, the video's working now. You can see
Not
me.
at all. Not at all,
No,
Cuzzo.
Am I gonna have to leave and come back in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, do
yeah,
that. No
yeah, yeah.
worries, man. No rush, man. We here having a good time. You know what I mean? Definitely want to say shout out to G Music. You know, definitely want to say big ups to him, man, because, you know, to be out here proclaiming the gospel in your music, to me, in my opinion, is something super dope. You know, I'm an artist myself. You know, I understand that music is a representation of our hearts. You know, so when I'm listening to his music or I'm listening to anybody music, I'm always checking for the heart. You know what I mean? So some people might be like, yo, why he made a Brooklyn challenge? Why would he jump on that beat? But it's not even about that, man. It's about stepping into the dark places and shining light. You know what I mean? You gotta be in the dark places, man. We gotta stop thinking that we need to be in the safe zone. You know what I mean? We need to be surrounded with other Christians. Yeah, I mean that's cool and that's good to fellowship with those brethren, man. But God called us to go preach the gospel to the world, man. We gotta go out into the
Out
world, you heard?
and preach. Not just for the in the preach. Out and preach.
Yo, it's
Yo,
good now.
Lisha.
You can see me.
Share the good
Yeah,
news,
we
man.
can see you. We can see
Alright,
you.
bet.
Yo, Lisha, you know how many times, man, I was out there and, you know, running reckless, man, and I could have benefited from somebody who was just like me that
Yeah.
would have sat me down and would have been like, yo, you need to really consider your value in the eyes of God. You need to really consider your purpose because the reality was that I was looking for purpose. You know what I mean? So we need to be in these dark places, man. You don't know who's in that dark looking for that light, you know? God calls you to be a light in the world, man. So shout out to G Music for jumping on the So Brooklyn. On top of that, he's So Brooklyn, you heard? So, Cuzzo, man, tell the people, man, about that track. What was the thought process behind it? What made you want to jump on that?
Yeah, man, it's kind of like what I was saying earlier, man. I saw everybody jumping on the So Brooklyn challenge. To me, it was just like the perspective. Like I lived that life, so I get it. Like, you know, everybody was talking about, you know, the hard parts of being from Brooklyn and all that. And basically, my twist to it was to show people, like, yeah, man, like this another way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could be proud of where you're from in a sense, but you know, like why glorify like the violence and all that part of it. So I just kind of wanted to put my own little twist to it and, you know, give the glory to him above, you feel me? So
Hey, yo, also, man, right, being that you coming from New York and you like, you know, you dipping and dabbling in these different places, what's your perspective as far as the music and how it sounds in these different locations?
what you mean? Can you elaborate on that?
So, like, I just got hip to Cincinnati rappers. I ain't even know Cincinnati give it up like that, right? That is a super fact. You know what I mean? I'm thinking the East Coast is the only ones that's giving it up. But so was it like that for you? Like right now you in Miami, you know what I mean? I remember back in the days, you know, and I'm probably showing my age right now, but there was a time where we used to think down south people were just slow. You know, slow in their talking, slow in their thinking, but we didn't know no different. We just thinking that where we at, this is it. You know what I mean?
I've definitely been through that. I'm in Davenport, by the way, Florida. I'm in Orlando, Central Florida area. But shout out to Miami too, know what I mean? but yeah. So I definitely been through that that thought process like the Dirty South scene when I first was in Florida, and I was more like lyrical East New York like that type of music, like you feel me. So to me, it was kind of like that wasn't what I was into. So it did take me some time, and I started like liking different music and giving stuff a chance, like because we it's easy to like judge like something that you're not used to, but when you around those people and you kind of learn from different people, it was like with trap, even with trap music, like it was like that to me when trap was first presented. Like I was like, what is this? Like, why are people listening to this? Like but yeah,
I ain't
now
gonna hold you.
like,
I understood trap music the minute it came out. I understood it. You know what I mean? But I definitely know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was kind of like, man, like it was just certain artists. I was like, why is this even on the radio? Like, like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? Like, are you even saying anything with a meaning? Like, that was my
and not only
on it,
that,
but
people got to consider like, what's your mindset behind this? You coming from New
yeah,
York.
but
Anybody that know New York, man, and know when it comes to spitting rhymes, spitting bars, you gonna get clowned real quick. If you ain't coming with something that's spicy, you gonna get clowned off the block. And you be lucky if for the next 6 months you not the butt of everybody's joke if you don't show up. So naturally, when being that we coming from like I'm not from New York, but I'm from Lawrence. And in my world, Lawrence was the only thing that mattered. You know what I mean? Only reason I really knew about New York was because my pops was from New York. But other than that, everything, my world was Lawrence. So when I first stepped out of Lawrence, and I was able to experience different cultures, I didn't know. In my world, I was just like, psst, these people slow, or they not hip, or whatever it is. But that just showed my own ignorance because of, sometimes when you trapped in a box and you living in a box, you seem to think that this is all that there is, not realizing there's people standing outside of that box.
It's definitely part of growth too, like that mindset, like of thinking about everything in that sense.
Yeah, facts. So, how was it for you to your beginning stages of transitioning, like when you started to be like, all right, this music is dope, let me start tapping into this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you mean more like Christian hip hop in a sense, or?
Nah, just different environments, different skills and all that. Cause I noticed that you do a lot of songs with a bunch of different artists. How many artists are from New York that you've done songs with?
To be honest, like I've done a few songs with a couple artists from New York, but when I was doing more secular music, like I haven't really tapped in with anybody in CHH that I could think of that's from New York. Like most of the dudes I worked with were either Michigan or Florida or, a few Texas maybe. Yeah, but yeah, just having an open mind, like to different music and just loving music in general, not just hip hop. Like it's giving me the ability to be able to get on different records with different people, and it's been dope, man.
So Gmusik, we know that I don't know if it's easy but I know that you got this brand new track that came out. I want to say a week ago.
2 days ago, actually.
Oh, okay.
A little early on that.
He had to put the laugh.
You got your weeks and your days mixed up.
Yeah, man.
He wasn't organized for that one.
I'm missing sleep. I'm not eating. I'm doing everything but what I need to do. But
let's go.
But you got this new track that just released called "Why Do You Call Me?" So what was the inspiration behind that track?
So all right, so a lot of my I'm not gonna say a lot of my music, because I got a lot of music that a lot of people haven't heard, but a couple, like if you notice, a lot of the stuff I put are very like emotional tracks. Like I mean, Scheming obviously was a hard joint, so Brooklyn was a hard joint, but like Elevate and Way Out and tracks like that, I get inspired through the passion of feeling, and I'm very in tune with that when it comes to music. That's my inspiration to write. So like it's kind of like therapeutic for me writing music more than anything. Yes, I've been doing this, and I'm in CHH and doing Christian music, but I've always written music before this. So to me, it's a way to vent also. So with this song in particular, I was going through a lot of things, but I wrote this song like over a year ago. Like, so this song was like 2 years ago. I was going through a lot of things in my relationship and thinking about things I've been through in my life, situations, different relationships with family members and stuff like that. And that was the inspiration to this song. Why do you call me? It was kind of like saying like, you know, like when you're going through things in a relationship, it's like, you know, you beefing with your shorty or whatever. Like, let's just keep it real. Like, you know, we all go through things like, you know, there's situations that you have that you go through, and it's kind of like you might feel in the moment. Like, I remember feeling like, you know, if I'm looked at like such a bad person, why do you look for me? Why do you want to be with me? Like all these thought processes. But also in the sense, it's a flip side to the song though, because in the beginning, I'm talking about some things I've been through in a relationship, but then I'm in the second verse, I'm talking about some personal stuff of like my relationship with my pops, and I mentioned my moms and stuff too. Like it's kind of like I didn't grow up with my pops, so to me, for a long time, when he was coming back into the picture, I was already a grown man, so it was like, to me, it was kind of like, why now? Like, you know, and it took me time to get to a level where I could be like, I get his heart. I get that it wasn't intentional for him to not be in my life, and we got a cool relationship now. But I wouldn't say we're like super close, but we do have a decent relationship. He's actually coming out here in like 2 days. But I'm very personal in my music, so a lot of songs you will hear like some deep stuff, and I was just basically venting about how I felt when I heard this beat. I was just venting, like that's really what, and at the end it's kind of like about forgiving people and accepting forgiveness at the same time. So like it's hard to like it might be easy for you to forgive somebody, but then you might hold a grudge against somebody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of wanted to put that twist into it. Like in both verses, they're different.
All right.
Keep it 100, man.
You gotta keep it 100, man. I love the serious tracks, man. So we're gonna run this right here. It's called Why Do You Call Me? You heard it from the man himself. Let's go.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Why do you call me? Yeah. Why you on me? You be acting like you care, but the things that we don't share is confusing to my ears. Yeah.
I know you gonna dig
Why
this.
You call me? Why you on me? Feel like all the times I fell, all the fights and all the yells. I still feel it in the air. You say you don't know me, so why do you hold me? You say that I'm phony, cause I've been looking for God, but I still fall, I'll never be holy, I'll never be perfect, can't tell you it's worth it, cause I doubted myself at the times that I felt moving on my just help with the things that were dealt, put me up on the shelf. I know that I hurt you, I might not deserve you, we've been through the years, we're laughing at tears, but only your fears come back reappear, my vision out clear, but yours looking blurry, I changed my ways, you gone in a hurry, yeah, I thought you forgave me, but you're holding on, can't really blame you, but hope you're strong, you push for no reason, I struggle for seasons, or times that I knew that I pushed you away, you developed the rage, you let out the cage, now you don't know how to put it away. I know this is on me, I know this is my fault, so why don't you just walk away? I thought that you'd stay, you go down the drain, let go, start turning the page. Yeah, you can never know the pain inside. Yeah, how it kills to feel I lived a lie. Yeah, but I learned from all of the falling, all of the stalling, but you see all this, hope you keep calling. Yeah. Why do you call me? Yeah. Why you on me? You be acting like you care, but the things that we don't share is confusing to my ears. Yeah. Why do you call me?
Let's go.
Why you on me?
Shout out to Gmusik.
Feel like all the times I fell, all the fights and all the yells, I still feel it in the air. Yeah. You say that you know me. You never did hold me, you called me your son, but never gave me the love that I needed. I used to get heated, cause I couldn't forgive someone who was gone. But I know in my heart you're just trying to move on from all of the things and all of the pain you cannot explain. Yeah, I still get my moments, but I wish you try harder. At least show some love to my son and my daughters, at least be a grandpa, cause you was never a father. And I don't wanna hurt you, just wanna be real. Hope you can see how it feels to say for my mother I feel at some moments, but she was there so I justify on it. Mother, I love you but still holding on. The small little grudge, I wish you was on it. Your quickens are gone when you missing the moments. At least make the calls, don't miss where it's going. We get caught in emotions. Sometimes
You know I gotta bring this back right here. This song way too personal. I need you to pay attention. Listen.
You be acting like you care, but the things that we don't share is confusing to my ears, yeah. What do you call me?
You gonna dig this.
Why you
Oh, glory to God. We only do this for the
feel
king,
like
you know
all
what I'm
the times
saying?
are fair, all the fights and all the yells, I still feel it in the air, yeah. You say you don't know me, so why do you hold me? You say that I'm phony, cause I've been looking for God, but I still fall, I'll never be holy, I'll never be perfect, can't tell you it's worth it, cause I doubted myself at the times that I felt moving on my just help with the things that were dealt, put me up on the shelf. I know that I hurt you, I might not deserve you, we've been through the years, we're laughing at tears, but only your fears come back reappear, my vision now clear, but yours looking blurry, I changing my ways, you gone in a hurry, yeah, I thought you forgave me, but you're holding on, can't really blame you, but hope you're strong, you push for no reason, I struggle for seasons, or times that I knew that I pushed you away, you developed the rage, you let out the cage, now you don't know how to put it away, I know this is on me, I know this is my fault, so why don't you just walk away, I thought that you'd stay, you go down the drain, let go and start turning the page, yeah, you can never know the pain inside, yeah, how it kills to feel I lived a lie, yeah, but I learned from order to fall in order to stall and play, you see all this, hope you keep calling, yeah. What do you call me? Yeah. Why you on me?
I know you gonna dig this.
You be acting like you care, but the things that we don't share is confusing to my ears, yeah, yeah. What do you call me? Why you on me? Feel like all the times are fair, all the fights and all the yells, I still feel it in the air, yeah. Say that you know me, you never did hold me. You called me your son, but never gave me the love that I needed. I used to get heated, cause I couldn't forgive someone who was gone. But I know in my heart you're just trying to move on from all of the things and all of the pain you cannot explain. Yeah, I still get my moments, but I wish you try harder. At least show some love to my son and my daughters. At least be a grandpa, cause he was never a father. And I don't wanna hurt you, just wanna be real. Hope you can see how it feels. To say for my mother, I feel at some moments, but she was there, so I justify on it. Mother, I love you, but still holding on. A small little grudge, I wish you was on it. Your grandkids are growing, you missing the moments. At least make the calls, don't miss where it's going. We get caught in emotions. Sometimes I feel like I failed as a father, but I keep going. I had no direction, I'm making excuses, I'm trying to pursue it. So I'm forgiven for all of my sins. I wanna forget, but I barely give in. The cycle continues if we don't amend. Though gotta repeat it to follow the trends. Still holding on, but I gotta let go. My heart was so cold, I need you to know I'm working on changing life, taking a toll. I pray that you'll save me and take on my soul. Yeah, yeah. What do you call me? Yeah. Why you on me? You be acting like you care, but the things that we don't share is confusing to my ears, yeah, yeah. What do you call me? Why you on me? Feel like all the times are fair, all the fights and all the yells, I still feel it in the air, yeah, yeah. What do you call me?
That joint right there was fire.
Yeah, but
that joint was fire.
Very personal track, bro. It's been out 2 days. It's on all digital platforms. You guys go stream it, download it, support the homie Gmusik. All the information is at the bottom of the screen. And if you're feeling generous, his Cash App is at the bottom of the screen.
Gotta be that support, man. You know, the Bible talks about the children of God having love for each other, and by this you're gonna know who the children of God are. So, you know, if God put it on your heart, man, go somewhere to the bro, man. Can't stress this enough, man. It take physical keys to open up physical doors. You heard?
Really appreciate that.
So I got one question. So the track been out 2 days. Are we the first platform to play it?
Yes. Yes, yeah.
Word. Appreciate that. Word. So I know you running. I know you running short on time because you got to be somewhere by 9, right?
It's good. I got a few minutes. We could keep going, bro. Yeah.
I was gonna say, man, I just gave y'all a bar, man. Got some time. Be there by 9. Hey, yo, free bars all day, you heard? But look, man, let's get into another track real quick. Hold on, did we break that down? No, we gotta break that down.
No, he broke it down before.
Oh yeah, before we played the song.
Hey,
yeah,
you
right.
gotta keep up.
Yo, bro, yo, listen, man, I got flashing lights in front of me, man.
You got the cool lights, right?
Yeah, son, I got the cool lights in front of me, man. Word, man. So, all right, so what we doing, man? Let's get into this next track real quick. Might as well, since we already broke that joint down. Elevate. That's another video we
That's
got
with
on
the
deck.
homie Queese. Yes, sir.
Elevate is a
We
video.
got Queese coming up on the show as well, so stay tuned.
Yo, that song right there, man, that's one of my favorite songs, bro. Like, he killed that hook, one. He killed the track, too, and shout out to Queese.
Shout out to Queese.
That's kind of like my slogan, bro. Like, when I go to events and stuff like that statement stands out to me, like, elevate. To elevate others, to elevate yourself, to always try to become the best version of yourself possible. And that's what I go by. That's the brand, Elevated Mind. That's the brand. So
You definitely gotta elevate in everything that you do. The Bible says to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You know what I mean? So it's definitely important, man, that we elevate, you know, and we hold ourselves accountable to elevate. Elevating is not something that, you know, somebody can just wave a magic wand and all of a sudden you elevate.
You just wake up and do it.
Yeah, like what was it that who was it that said it? He said discipline produces motivation. Who was that said that?
Was that Peasy that said that? Was that Peasy? Was it Peasy or was it
no,
really?
but that's deep.
That's what I'm saying, you heard? That's what I'm saying.
Shout out to them either way.
Yeah, we gonna get it right, man. We got these T-shirts that we about to start making. Those will be on, you know what I mean, for anybody who wants to get their hands on them. But the goal is, man, that we just gonna write these little statements down, you know what I'm saying, and make T-shirts out of them. Why not? That's the wave that we in right now, son.
So I know that we're playing Elevate next, but what people don't know.
Oh, yeah, it was J Nib. J Nib said that.
J Nib said.
Shout out to J Nib. I gotta give you your flowers, cousin.
So with the video Elevate, people don't know this, but I know this. You are in film and photography as well. So did you shoot this video with Queese?
Yes, I shot all the Queese's parts, and we had a friend, one of Queese's friends that he knew from another church. Oh my God, I forgot his name. But shout out to him. I think it was Jeff. I'm probably saying the wrong name. But listen, but yeah, he shot all the parts with me in it, and I shot all Queese's parts, you know, and then I had my boy Jay Cruz help me with some of my parts also.
Okay. So Jay Cruz not only raps and spits bars, but he also, you know.
I mean, well, it was kind of more like, yo, can you help me with this video type? Like he don't do film and photography, but he helped out. You know what I mean? Like, so shout out to him. Yeah. Yo, with that being said too, man, anybody in the Florida location, or even if you're not in Florida, man, if you need a video, man, fly me out, yo. Let's work. What up? Music videos, photography, all that. Let's go.
Yeah, put that info in the comment section, Licio, man. That way people could connect.
Yeah, Dynamic Film and Photography on IG.
So you already know, man. We're going to get into this joint. Elevate, man. Reach out to the bro. You know, his information is at the bottom of the screen. If you can't connect with him through Gmail, which I don't know why you couldn't, but if you couldn't, you could still reach him at these other platforms. Information at the bottom of the screen. This next joint we about to get into is called Elevate, featuring Edify, right?
No, Queese.
Yeah. Yo, bro, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. You gotta have grace on me, man.
You want to get it straight? You need to elevate. Get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I need you to elevate with me. You heard? Shout out to Queese on this track.
Rewinding all the hurt in my mind. Trying to go back, solve the past. Habitual crime, never ending pain. We saw in the same candle with no flame. All this drip build up like a sink with no drain. Move forward with the beast mode. Stay flex when I move forward. Mustang when I feel a horse. And score his wheels when I need the force. Expedition when I'm climbing mountains. Fiesta party living on the edge. Can't escape the fusion with the king. Looking in the rear view and looking right. My path up, but it's feeling bright. Yeah.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Climbing up the Zion, number one fly.
All glory to God.
On the coffin lately, I shouldn't be where I'm at. I know these thoughts are crazy. All the design, disguise, the pride I struggle daily. To think the fact that you gave your all, they come and save me. Stuck in my passions. I said I'm giving my all, but then I see the distractions. It's like I'm destined to fall. I watch and see the reaction. It's like my mind's in the fog. I really don't know how it happens, but I'm sure these feelings involved. Started thinking this is my life. I'm falling with blind sight. I'm doubting, but I'm right. I got it. It's my fight. Yeah. Right away back and I'm losing my way. When I fall to my grave, am I taking that fade? Or is it too late? I done made my mistakes. I've been pushing away, so I'm losing a race. Losing it all, the pits of my flaws. Killing my flesh and I'm back to the mall. Revisit the past and I'm back to the halls. The time that I wait till like liquor's involved. I've been a pawn, can't carry on. But I still struggle with doing it wrong. You show me the way I can make it, replace it, and elevate all the way up to escape it.
Look in the rear view and looking right. My path up, but it's feeling bright. Yeah, your gravity can't take my high. Climbing up the Zion, number one fly. Yeah.
Let's go, let's go. The Lord says he makes us a new creation.
Way up on, fly strong, got the wheels up on.
And now we see it with Jesus.
I'm excited, dog. Got my claws and I'm digging out. This dirt pile got me full of doubt. In
All
Christ,
glory to
back
God.
till I did end up getting out. Yeah. A lot of things trying to hold me down. The aura is sweet, but I'm royal with a crown. Stop believing what they telling me. We should not.
We got Queez coming on the show Thursday. Tap in.
At the club, never ending love.
All glory to God.
Alone, not every math is a judge, yeah. I look to the hills, can't forget the promise. I'm treated like trash, but I'm not in bondage. Look in the rear view and looking right. My path up, but it's feeling bright, yeah. Your gravity can't take my high. Climbing up the Zion, number one fly, yeah. Elevate, 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 yeah. Elevate, yeah. Elevate, elevate, yeah. Elevate, elevate.
That joint right there, fire. I think cuz off the screen right now. What you think of that song?
Track was crazy, man. I enjoy everything that Queez is a part of, that Gmusik is a part of, not just because, them the bros, but because, the lyrics, they hit so close to home, and I relate to everything that they say. And they keep it Christ-centered, and I know them boys. So I'm loving the tracks, man. I'm loving the video. I'm loving the vibe.
Right, man. I think the track was definitely fire. I love the vibe, man. I'm more of a vibe type of person, so a lot of times when I'm listening to music, I'm listening to the drums, I'm listening to the snares, I'm even listening to the rhythm that people, or not the rhythm, but the tone that people are rapping and singing in. So
Delivery.
So the delivery and all that, you know what I mean? So definitely like the song on those levels, man. Shout out to Gmusik. I think we might be having some technical difficulties, cousin.
You hear me now?
I feel like I'm in the studio.
Come back.
Yeah, you might have to leave and come back because we can't see you and I'm hearing echo.
So this will be a great time to do one of our commercials.
Yeah, word, man. So let's get into this commercial right quick and we'll be right back.
Pay attention. Let's get it.
You already know what time it is.
What's up, brothers and sisters? Everybody out there, what's going on? Just had a thought I like to share with y'all. I felt like I should. I was talking to my man Mikey last night and I thought about something. Now imagine you in a situation, right? Now really picture this in your mind. You're in a situation where somebody got a gun to you and your man's head. And he's about to kill one of y'all. And he say, y'all choose. You make the choice. Who gonna live? And your friend says, kill me so my friend could live. That's pretty deep, right? It's kind of gangster, like, by any standard. Whether you from the hood, whatever, it don't matter. That's life. That's unimaginable. Really, really think about the magnitude of that. He just said, I'm gonna die so my friend could live. This is why I love Jesus so much. If you know me from before, you know what he's done in my life. You know the transformation he's doing in my life still and what he's done. Now, like I said, imagine the seriousness of somebody saying, kill me so my friend could live. It's all right. I'll die. Jesus died so we all could live. Every single one of us. Yeah, you too. Whoever you are. Every single one of us. That man died on the cross. It's more than just picturing dying on the cross. No. He died on a cross. Hung him. Nailed him to a cross. They whipped him bloody. Couldn't even carry that cross. And he was innocent. We guilty. And he did that so that we can have eternal salvation. And people think it's something religious. Like, yes, it has to do with religion. But it's not religious. He loved us. That's a deep relationship that he's trying to have with everybody. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Regardless of what you believe in, you know, I just felt like that was something deep to share with y'all. And I know it's true. I know what it is. I know what he's done. And I thank him for everything he's done for us. And I pray that y'all all get a revelation one day and an encounter with my God, your God, our Father, our Heavenly Father. Have a blessed day.
Crucify my old man. I gotta go through hell to get to heaven. Now I'm a new creation, living Christ-like. Finally got my body right. I gotta go through hell to get to heaven. Walking through the flames, refined and purified.
Got him! Got him!
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Welcome back. Shout out to my bro Chick, yo. He's definitely a real one, man. That's why I keep playing his little commercial. It's not even
Who's
a commercial.
dude in the video? I love
Chick.
that, bro.
Yeah, Chick. He from the Bronx. He's down with the Terror Squad, with the with I don't know if you're familiar with Level from out in Dade County in Miami and all that.
Okay. Now he looked like a dude that I thought it was the commissioner, one of the homies I met.
That is the commissioner.
That's him? Okay,
yeah.
That's the homie.
Shout out to the commissioner, man.
So we actually chopped it up. I was with him at an event last week.
Oh, word.
Yeah, like we familiar. Yeah, like we've seen each other a couple times in a couple events. We was at actual Flavor Fest, so he was over there too.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him, man. He was for those that don't know, he was definitely in my opinion, he had the best song on Romeo Must Die. That's a soundtrack to the movie with Jet Li. Romeo Must Die, man. Check that joint out. but he was on the soundtrack of that, man. So shout out to him.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Homie definitely a real one, man. I could tell, like, every conversation we've had. So shout out to him.
Yeah, that's famo, man. Shout out to Chick, man. The commissioner, you know, out there, you know, God changed his life. He out there proclaiming from the rooftops, you know what I mean? Shout out to Level as well. You know, Level Martinez, if you're not familiar with Level Martinez out in Miami-Dade County, he's out there just putting in that work for the Lord as well. You know, he's somebody that comes from the street background, very influential in the streets that he was in. So it's amazing that God will touch him, because God will take the plans of man and make them become nothing, right? God will humble the toughest person in the world, man. So it's not something for you to be ashamed in when God humbles you, because I promise you, he's humbled people that's way wilder, way tougher, and way harder to get through than you. You know what I mean? So shout out to Jesus. But yeah, man, I know we running short on time, because I don't really want to be holding you up. So what we getting into next? What we got on deck, Licio?
Let's get it. We got Way Out, right?
We got way out and Victory Over Pain.
Yeah, let's run now. We could do those two. Let's get it.
Yeah, we'll do those last two. We had On God, which was a remix for Edify, but I think we played that when Edify was here. So
no, we didn't.
Nah?
This is a completely different song. It has 4 other people on it.
Oh, all right. So we got 3 songs.
Gmusik.
Let's run it. Let's run it.
Yo, cuz, are you good with time though? Because I want to honor you as well, man. I know you got commitments.
Yeah. We doing just those 3 songs. Yeah, we'll get into it and wrap it up in a little bit. Yeah.
All right, word, man. Yo, to the chat, man. Thank you for rocking with us, man. I know there's been some of y'all that's been rocking with us consistently. Definitely want to say shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? We're not concerned with the numbers on this platform, but we definitely concerned with the one. You know what I mean? If one person will tune in and tap in with us enough, that's the only thing that matters to us. You know what I mean? Jesus will leave the 99 and go for the one, you heard? But with that said, what we getting into? Victory, Way Out, or On God?
What you want to do, Alicia? Let's get it.
So since we're already on the personal road, we'll have to continue with these personal songs. I'm thinking Victory Over Pain.
Let's run it.
All right, I'm rocking with it.
So for those who don't know, Gmusik, this track features Edify as well. It's a video, you guys. I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy it. And as you're enjoying it, I want y'all to go over to YouTube and subscribe to this channel, because he got more videos, more music coming next
Definitely.
year.
Shout out to the boy Edify. That's my bro, man.
Yeah, man. If
we just had another video out here too. So
I know.
Videos coming.
I saw a little clip.
And if you want to know more about Edify, man, we definitely had him on the show, dope podcast, you know what I mean? So go to the GodSon listening party, or not the GodSon, but GodSon listening party, or you can go to the GodSon podcast on YouTube, you know what I mean? There, none of the videos are muted as far as I know, and you can go check out Edify there, you heard?
Subscribe today, watch tonight, and then you can go to bed peacefully. Let's get it.
That's it. That's how we moving, right? That's how we gonna give it up. So
my Sprite is kicking in. That's why I got so much.
I got the water, bro.
Yeah. I got my juice right here. You know what I mean? So, hey yo, so this next joint right here, Victory Over Pain. You already know how we do, man. We'll get into this and then we'll be right back.
Okay, I'm reloaded. I got demons getting in my way. I got brothers acting like they fail. I got family telling me I can't. I got Jesus running through my veins. I got
know you're gonna dig this.
I got victory. I got victory over my pain. I got Jesus giving me the strength. Always like a statue, scars looking like tattoos. I don't even remember feeling like I could grasp you. Had to go get back, repent that, cause I couldn't even fit that. Off track with my life, had to rehab. Subtract everything that was not light, all black. Depression tried to grab me like a grip. I was in the back room taking hits. I didn't have the money for the rent. Tried to hustle, had to get it for my kids.
Shout out to Edify.
Came in my life and
Shout out to Gmusik.
Peace and I'm a better me. He can take away the pain. All you gotta do is pray.
Chasing cataracts like the eyes hazy. To make the book of life, gotta turn the page. Had to kill my pride, gotta die daily. Like an anesthetic, all my pain's taken. like, all over me.
I got demons getting in my way. I got brothers acting like they fake. I got family telling me I can't. I got Jesus running through my veins. I got victory over my pain. I got victory. I got victory over my pain. I got Jesus giving me the strength.
All of my struggles, all of my pain, all of the hurt, all of the shame, all of my anger, all of the rain, taking my fade. He made a way, he made a change, show me the way. I never be perfect, but I know I'm saved. He gave me his grace, gave me my faith. I still have my moments infected away. Living afraid, corded of rage, corded emotions that threw it away. Took all my passion to put on the stage. Part of my story, he threw in the page. Got my mind risen, so now I'm living with a blind vision. I'm making a history over my misery. Took all my pain and made it my victory. Don't let it get to me. I know that they wish on me. I know that they sick of me. Might put a hit on me, yeah. But I walk with the Father, so why even bother? You say that you hitting, but I'm hitting hard. I come for the kid when I'm making the slaughter. They gave all my pain, laid up on the altar.
I got demons getting in my way. I got brothers acting like they fake. I got family telling me I can't. I got Jesus running through my veins. I got victory over my pain. I got victory. I got victory over my pain. I got Jesus giving me the strength.
Let's go. That right there was fire too, man. I'm definitely loving the vibe, you know what I mean?
Appreciate it, brother.
You know, in Christ, man, we definitely have the victory, man. In
over
our weakness.
Everything.
Over
Not
everything.
just some things, but victory over everything.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Jesus, man. What he did on the cross, I think a lot of times we can make the mistake of overlooking that. You know, the value of what was done on the cross. Paul says, this is the power of God. You know what I mean? The death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus. He says that's the power of God and the wisdom, you know what I mean, of God. So, you know, what Jesus did on the cross is not something we should look past, but something that we should grab onto, you know, and endure. Like our lives, we got to make sure that we don't become so self-righteous that in our minds we start thinking that we can earn our favor with God, our victory with God. God gives us the victory not because of anything we did, because of everything he did. You know what I mean? So shout out to Jesus.
Facts,
so how you connect with Edify?
So Edify, he goes to the church, The Edge, out there in Grand Rapids, which is the same church that I used to go to. It was a hip hop church in Grand Rapids. And so I started going to that church because of Kiwi. Kiwi invited me to the church. He was the first person I knew there. I connected with a lot of artists there, Beacon Light, Stephen Malcolm. I could name a bunch of people, but I basically was working with Hustle, Pray, Eat, doing their merch stuff, just building with people there. And Edify, he was going to the church too. We connected there, and he invited me over one day for, I think they were doing like some type of barbecue or something at his house, and we connected, and like ever since we was just locked in. Like that was the bro after that. Like, and yeah, so we both did music, so you know we had to get it tracking.
Shout out to Ralphie for that Joe breakdown though. He said Joe, Jesus over everything, and I'm thinking G.I. Joe. I'm thinking about God and Israel, Israel being the people of God, and Jesus is over everything. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, G.I. Joe, man. You see the army. I'm a G.I. Joe fan. I don't know, Alicia. You know about G.I. Joe?
I know about G.I. Joe. Too young to know about G.I. Joe?
Little something.
You trying to say I'm too young? What you trying to say, Gmusik?
I don't know. I know about Snake Eyes. What you know about Snake Eyes?
Do I know about Snake Eyes? I got all three of the DVDs, but
maybe I underestimated you, young Danielson, young grasshopper. Word.
Music, man, you enjoying yourself tonight, bro?
Definitely, bro. Having a great time with you guys, man. Good conversation, good vibes.
What made you tell me yes about being a guest tonight?
Well, bro, we was already locked in, man. I've been at your other you interviewed me before one other time, I think. And we was locked in. You always show love, man. Just your heart, man. Like you asked, I said yes right away, bro, because I just know your heart, and I know I know what you're trying to do with it, and I know where it's coming from. So you the bro, man.
Shout out to Licio, man. Kingdom Servant in the building. And for y'all that don't know, man, Licio got a show called the KS Radio Show every Friday, 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? You got to go tap in with the bro. If you got
Yes,
a
sir.
testimony, you got music, and you just trying to get on and you want to, you need a little bit of light just to help you move forward. Shout out to Alicio, man. Reach out to him. You already know, man. Kingdom Servant in the building.
Just to piggyback off of that, this Friday, Gmusik gonna be in the spotlight because him and Mrs. Gonna be on the spotlight.
That's crazy, man. You would think, right? You would think that in doing these type of shows, man, I have yet to have you interview me on the GodSon listening party. You know what I mean? I got a lot of music, you know, but this isn't like when God told me if I would do this podcast, it wasn't about would you do this podcast to benefit you. It was would you do this podcast to benefit the body? You know what I mean? Are you willing to make yourself a servant? Are you willing to wash your brother's feet? You know what I mean? And being the lifestyle that I come from where washing somebody else's feet was a sign of weakness, you know what I mean? It's crazy how Jesus flipped the coin, right? Like he say that the first will be last and the last will be first. The greatest in the kingdom is the servant, you know what I mean? So shout out to Jesus for just breaking those Jews down, because if I'm being honest, man, being a servant, you know, being able to connect with you, Alicio, being able to bring brothers on like Gmusik, it blesses me. I'm not gonna say that it's easy, right? Because I'm in a wheelchair, so you know my back is always killing me. I'm in the sitting position forever, you know what I mean? But being that I get this opportunity, though, man, like this is a way that I get to be able to connect with the body of Christ, to connect with other people, and be able to sow into them. You know what I mean? Because not only do we do the podcast, but we trying to promote the videos. We trying to help people with their businesses, maybe clothing brands, whatever brand you got, you know, and we do editing and all that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the best at doing it, but I will be because Jesus is going to guide me there. You know what I mean? I just want to, you know, when I think about King Solomon, he says, you know, I can give you anything you want. What do you want? King Solomon said, I want wisdom. I want to be able to discern good and evil so that I could lead your people. Mm-hmm. So King Solomon's ask to God wasn't a selfish one. It was one that would benefit other people. And I'm not saying that that's why I do it, but I'm thinking like I could respect the character, you know what I mean? Because it's so easy for us to do things for ourselves, you know what I mean? So shout out to Jesus for giving us the opportunity to do this podcast, just
shout
to grow in godly
shout
character.
Out to J Miz for being a real one, man, too.
Yo, word, man. You already know, man. Definitely appreciate you, Gmusik, man. Word. We definitely gonna have to get on the track.
Not only does Gmusik do videos, Gmusik edits videos when he has to, but I do graphics. So if you need a logo,
he pull them out real quick. Promo.
You know, we working in the kingdom. We do everything, Papi.
We do everything. So definitely want to shout out my sis. She is the founder and owner behind All Things Essential Oils and More LLC. She does healing aids, creams, butters, and if you need a custom order, you can hit her up. Her website is www.allthingsessential22.com. And I made this. So if you guys need a logo or a postcard, hit me up, man. I'm here, man. Let's work.
That's fine, bro. I
Hit up the bro.
That's
yeah, man. We trying to cover all bases, man. It's like playing baseball. You know what I mean? We trying to win the game. You heard? In the name of Jesus, of course. In the name of Jesus, of course. All right, so let's keep it pushing, man. I'm trying.
So
to get
the next video is, I believe, Way Out. It is Way Out, right?
Yeah, Way Out.
So what was the inspiration behind the track called Way Out, and what made you want to do a video for it?
So that track Way Out is basically stating like, you know, when you're feeling trapped, like when I heard the beat, like you already know my process. I told y'all my process. When I listen to music, I feel what the beat is saying. Like, so when I was listening to that beat, I was going through a lot around that time. I was like, you know, still questioning my faith and my walk and stuff like that. I was going through things just because, you know, there was a lot going on at that time. And yeah, I just felt the song, man. I felt God telling me, like, you know, like there's a way out. So man, let's rock it. Let's get it.
So you already know this right here called Way Out. We gonna get into this, man, and you already know, man. Shout out to Gmusik. Let's get it.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
I've been going on my mind again. I don't wanna pretend, so I've been digging my way out. I've been digging my way out. Yeah. And I feel like I've been dying when I see nowhere I can vent, so I've been digging my way out.
Let's go, let's go. Shout out to Gmusik. You heard?
Yeah, been stripped from my rights. I feel like this ain't life. I feel I'm stuck in this fight, trying to find my way out. But I'm stuck here, no luck here, and focused and feeling hopeless. Nothing left to discuss here. But when I hear the beat, I start to feel it within. I feel it, I gotta feel it, and wash away all my sins. I start to just comprehend the purpose of all this things. I gotta win and brush it off like the wind. All this pain that we feel was a lesson, and yeah, it's real. But no matter how hard you fall, you gotta fight what you feel. He gave us a heart of steel, but we broke it. Devotion, caught up in our emotions instead of finding where hope is. We've been lost for so long, it's crazy we didn't notice. I got the power to make it, I got the power to mold it. We all been in the dark, the light you spark and you grow it. Swimming out in the ocean, I breathe again, just keep going, yeah. Look, I've been going on my mind again. I don't wanna
Shout
pretend,
out to
so I've
Gmusik.
been digging my way out.
Information at the bottom of the
digging my
screen.
way out.
Go show that love, go show that support, you heard?
And I feel like I've been dying when I see nowhere I can vent, so I've been digging my way out. I've been digging my way out. Yeah. I fell down through this path many times, yeah. Folding up under pressure to the grind, yeah. Giving up is so easier than trying, yeah. Walking nights with the dead, man, you thinking I was drums. I just wanna feel alive, sometimes I stare at the sky. I know the fall is above, but man, I can't even lie. I feel a doubt in myself and doubt in another kind when I know he gave his all. Yeah, the devil be lying, I watch and see the designs. The government telling lies, these presidents filled with pride. These wars start to divide, they killing us. You and I, yeah, we all that we got. I find a purpose to fight, so no one taking my spot. We all dealing with something, but see nothing. We all wanna feel love, but we frontin', bluffing. I know a way we can make it and fight it off and replace it. Kill your flesh and invade it and give it for something sacred, yeah. Let's go. I've been going on my mind again. I don't wanna pretend, so I've been digging my way out. I've been digging my way out. Yeah.
It's your way out. Streaming on all streaming platforms. Go show that love. Go show that support, you heard?
All glory to God.
I've been going on my mind again. I don't wanna pretend, so I've been digging my way out. I've been digging my way out. Yeah. And I feel like I've been dying when I see nowhere I can vent, so I've been digging my way out. I've been digging my way out, yeah.
Let's go, show that love, show that support. A lot of times, man, we be feeling trapped, you know what I mean? And we just need that way out. I know for me, man, waking up in the hospital to realize that I was paralyzed, you know, it was a way of me being trapped now. I would have been trapped in my whole body if it wasn't for Jesus. You know what I mean? So for the people that know me, man, you know, I know a lot of people was begging the question, what's going to happen with him now? You know what I mean? Is he going to become suicidal now? But I want you to know that I was already suicidal. You know what I mean? I just knew how to hide it real good. The problem was that, you know, had Jesus not stepped into my life that day, you know what I mean, there would have been no way out of that lifestyle. I would have killed myself the first minute I had the chance, you know what I mean? And I've been through some things in this wheelchair that's way more intense than the things that I went through outside of this wheelchair. You know what I mean? And I've been in and out of places, man, you know, and I definitely want to say shout out to Jesus because he definitely gives us a way out. You know, he did something to me in a moment of time that 32 years of in and out of jail, this, that, and the third couldn't do. Jesus did it in a moment of time. You know what I mean? And all I needed to do on my part was to be able to, like I felt like I ran out of answers. I couldn't turn nowhere else. There's a scripture, right, in John chapter 6 where he talks about, people eating his flesh and drinking his blood, and the disciples couldn't receive the message, and they all started to leave. And Jesus turns to the 12 disciples, and he asked them, "What do you want to do? You want to leave with them?" And they like, "Yo, where we gonna go? Because you got the words of eternal life, right? There's no other way out but you, Lord. You know what I mean? Like there's no other way out but you. You know what I mean? So shout out to you for that track. That's the way that track touched me, right?
Definitely, bro. Appreciate it, man.
What's up, Misha?
I love the track, Gmusik. You already know I'm a fan, man. I've been a fan for a couple years. So anything you put out, no matter what it is, if it's an audio book, I'm supporting. If it's a song, I'm supporting. If it's a music video you're shooting, I'm supporting. I'm here for the long haul. You feel me? I love the track, bro.
You, but always appreciate you, bro. Always been a real one, man, from day one. So I appreciate you, man. Right. Yeah, man. My goal really with the music, man, is like, it's just really to show positivity, show love to people, and just show them a different way. Because even as Christians, man, we struggle. Like people act like this. I'm not gonna say people. Some people act like this walk is easy, and it's not. Like, you feel me? Like I just want to keep it real and authentic. Like if I go through something, I'm gonna talk about it. Like, I might be putting my stuff out there, but you know what, man? Like somebody need to hear it because somebody might be going through it, and it might help somebody else. You feel me? So definitely keep God first in your life and keep pushing. That's how you elevate.
That reminds me. I don't know what show it was, but I said that God can't heal what you won't reveal. I heard one pastor say that.
I do remember you saying that.
That's deep, man.
And again, in order for us to be healed, in order for us to experience freedom in Christ, we have to reveal those things that are haunting us, that are hurting us, those dark things that nobody else knows about. So that's our way out, to reveal, to confess, to experience freedom, so you can go out and be a light and do what God has called you to do. Because just like you just said, Gmusik, somebody else needs that message too.
Yeah, facts. And even Paul says it, man. Even Paul says it that, the hidden things of shame being denounced, right? Like being exposed, and with that, and the way that I interpret that is to say that, transparency is key to freedom. The truth will set you free. You know what I mean? The more you continue to hide, the more you continue to put those things under the bed, you're never going to be able to address them, and you're never going to be able to give them to God. There's a place in the scripture where it says, "Cast all your burdens unto me, and I will give you rest." Yeah. "Come to me, all who are heavily burdened, and I will give you rest." There's a place where we cast our cares, we cast our worries, our insecurities unto Christ, knowing that we've been justified by him. But not just saying that we know it. That has to be something that comes from the heart. There was a time when Jesus was sitting with the woman in the well, and she's asking him questions. She's like, "Yo, some people said we're going to worship God on this mountain. Some people said that mountain." And Jesus says the true worshipers of God will worship God from spirit and in truth. And truth is a very, I think a lot of times we say the word truth, but we don't understand the connotation behind truth. What does that imply? That implies a whole lot of transparency. For you to live in your truth, it's going to require you exposing yourself and making yourself vulnerable. And not too many of us want to be vulnerable. Think about the story in the garden. When Adam and Eve thought they were naked, they ran from God and they hid. And then they tried to cover themselves up. And God said, "Who told you was naked?" As if he didn't already know. And I think that a lot of times we come to God, knowing who he is. And along the way, we tend to forget that we've already been naked. There's no reason for us to hide no more. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to pretend to be, the best Christian around. In fact, when somebody will point out one of my errors to me, and maybe I got to stop saying this, but I say it in a condescending way where I would be like, well, maybe that's why I need Jesus more than you do. Because the reality is that we should all need Jesus. You know what I mean? Right. And the minute that you start thinking that I'm worse than you, then maybe I just need Jesus more than you. And that's not really a curse. That's more of a blessing, you heard? That's a fact. And that's, you know, me being in this wheelchair, dealing with a old character that was rooted in pride and all that, that's one of the ways that I fight my battles. You know what I mean? Knowing who I am in the eyes of God, knowing that what he did for me was enough. You know what I mean? And man,
That's real,
it's a
bro.
fact. It's a fact.
That's real, man. Your story's definitely inspiring, bro. Like that's real. I didn't know that about you, bro. But
we gonna tap in Friday. Y'all just listen to the radio show. We gonna tap in Friday.
We gonna tap in Friday, KS radio show, man.
Tap in.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my best to just share my story, man, because I mean I'm not the, you know, I'm sure there's many people with crazier stories than mine, but I'm alright. I'm alright with being the little poor lady with the 2 pennies. I know that I'm gonna give everything I got to God. You know what I mean? Whatever that might be, you know, however people want to see it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do that whether somebody's looking at me or whether somebody's not looking at me, because the reality is this, right? That my greatest humility points come when nobody's looking. Because that's when I get to be 100% real and transparent with God, and I get that alone time. And who am I going to lie to? Me? Like, come on, man. That don't make no sense. You know what I mean? So
definitely
don't
keep
neglect.
doing what you're doing, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate you on that point. But
Gmusik is our guest, you guys. He does music, he does film and photography. Information is at the bottom of the screen, you guys. Instagram, Facebook, Cash App, music on all digital and streaming platforms. And he has a YouTube channel. So all the videos you watch tonight, some of them are on his YouTube channel. I think Rapzilla has Way Out.
Yeah, Way Out, and I think Victory Over Pain too. But definitely Way Out is on Rapzilla too.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
definitely go tap in.
Tap in, subscribe. Again, Why Do You Call Me is his newest track. Definitely stream that. 2 days old. So definitely support him. He got more music coming out, maybe at the end of this year, maybe next year.
Yeah,
but
definitely, man. I got a couple features, man, with some of the big homies coming up soon. I ain't gonna say no names just yet, but I got a lot going on I've been quiet, man, for a minute, but I'm gonna
What you talking about,
out, bro. So like y'all gonna hear some stuff pretty soon, man. Some more stuff.
I gotta get like a spooky sound effect when people say that. You know what I mean? I got a track coming out, can't say no names. I gotta hit them with the spooky joint.
Definitely tap in with him. All his information is at the bottom of the screen. We've heard Elevate. We've heard Why Do You Call Me? We heard Way Out, and even the So Brooklyn Challenge, you guys. So definitely tap in with the bro. He got more coming. But we're going to go ahead and end the show with some bars because my homie can rap, and he's been personal all show. So it's time for us to give you that bar. You feel me? So definitely tap in. Edify, On God Remix featuring King Sizzle. Tank.
Before we play the track, go ahead, break this joint down real quick. What was the inspiration behind it? We'll play it, and then we'll end the show. So that way you can get to doing what you got to do.
So for this joint, man, it was basically Edify, man. With the track itself was fire, man. I heard the joint with him and Stephen Malcolm on it, and it was fire. So he wanted to do a remix. He just hit me up, bro, like for the remix, like, yo, I want you on this remix, man. You got to be in it. I was humbled, man. Appreciate my bro Edify, definitely. And yeah, man, I just had to come with it because they came with it. So, you know, that's what it was. That was the inspiration.
So let me ask you this: when he approached you, called you, text you, asked you at the edge, however he did it, did you already have your verse ready, or did you have to go and write one?
Nah, I usually, if somebody hit me up with a track, I'm writing a verse right there. So yeah, I didn't have nothing ready. I just wrote to it as I heard it. I think he had like
somebody that could write verses right there on the spot.
Yeah. Like I could write
shout out to you, man.
Right. That's how I usually go about it.
Yeah, no, that's dope, man. That's super dope. One thing I say about people that can do that is that you somebody that somebody wouldn't mind investing into because they know that you always gonna produce products. So again, shout out to you for being like that. And I would encourage anybody who does music, man, be willing to be able to write a rhyme right there on the spot, because if somebody that could change your whole life as far as music goes would come and ask you, you know, do a song, I need you right here, are you going to be able to show up and show out? So I would encourage y'all, man, hone that skill, practice that skill, learn how to just write rhymes right there on the spot. Shout out to Gmusik for being able to do that. Facts.
So definitely tap in with the bro. Again, all information is at the bottom of the screen. He does film and photography as well. Follow him on IG. In his bio has the film and photography information. So definitely tap in with him. He got Elevator Apparel as well. So definitely tap in with him if you need.
That's in the bio too, so they can tap
definitely
in.
Follow him, and if you need him, inbox him. Let him know what you're trying to do, and hopefully he can help you. But we're going to go ahead and end the show, you guys. Thank you guys for listening, for watching tonight, wherever you may be watching from. And thank you all for watching the rebroadcast, because you're going to watch it later on after it's over. But tap in with Gmusik. He's our guest tonight. We're going to go ahead and get out of here, you guys. Have a blessed Monday. Forget what day it was. Have a blessed Monday.
You did a good job, Lisho. Did a good job. 2 hours. We made it. We made it.
Edify On God remix featuring King Sizzle, Tank, Kiwi Morris, the homie Gmusik, and Naya LaShawn. Man, y'all, man, let's go.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. I need you to share this live. Tag somebody that gonna tag somebody else.
Brothers on my right, yeah, don't never get it twisted. I'm a child of the light. I'm protected by the Most High, staying in the light.
You know how we do it, right? We definitely gotta show love to the brother Edify.
Got my family on my left side, brothers on my right. Yeah, don't never get it twisted. I'm a child of the light. I'm protected by the Most High, staying in the fight. Cause I'm back up in this mission, even when it's do or die. And that's all God. Better get that understood. Get that understood. Better get that understood. That's all God. Better get that understood. Get that understood. Better get that understood. When I was a young man, I was acting dumb, fam. Living life without a plan, starting like I'm Jackie Chan. I know you gonna dig this. Give a second chance, like those people in the ambulance. I gotta tell them that heaven is coming, the venom is nothing to play with. Lay your life down now. Feeling like I'm in the Matrix. Plugging me into his praises. Hallelujah. I left my confusion, gave me wisdom like Confucius. Changed my heart and my medulla. I've been down and no one losing. Now I'm winning through his bruises. Got a spirit that's a fusion. Life's in vain unless it's used. And that's all God. Better get that understood. Get that understood. Better get that understood. That's all God. Better get that understood. I'ma start to get that understood. Better get that understood.
I've been in the game long time. OG is the name, yeah. What you know about spinning the block and going insane? Or triple stacking up a perky, so I'm using the pain. Or had a trap house jumping for more than 4 days. Hey, I'm straight from the gutter, West Side 41. Was always looking for some trouble, found it all with a gun. And I'm not easily persuaded, cause I do what I want. Until I really found the truth, and I'm a king in this sport. I took the lessons and stretched them, had it all to a blessing. Kinda stressful when the ones you love start turning against you. But if you keep it 100 and move around all the fake, talk to the ones who will listen. Man, on God, you be great. That's no cap, we don't rap, we just fake there. And my homies still all in these trenches unashamed here. What you thought we was gonna change? No, we just changed gears. What it ain't here. You ain't finna talk unless you willing to draw a change here. And that's on God. Okay, let me stop. Bring my faith here. Cause I know some Christians might not understand. I know you heard that. All glory to Yeshua, he the ruler and infamous of day. Your own God representing no rock where you on no block with a lot of the savior. I'm done debating many underrated, understated. Everybody give him glory. Undertaker, he the greatest understated. Boy, you better know that I got all my game.
Better get that understood. Get that understood. Better get that understood. That's all God. Better get that understood. Get that understood. Better get that understood.
Raised in the jungle, them gorillas was my OGs. They told me go bananas. In other words, you know I gotta eat. Since 2012, been out the gate, all around full speed. I flipped the script and spilled the red letters on my whole team. Yeah, my flow can't get repoed. I'm in drive, I make it happen and hit the block like Nino and show my play. Shoot, they probably think it's a cheat code. I'm Bella Concert out on the road, yeah, with sticks my Miko. They watching, trying to block it, but I'm sticking to the doctrine. Get it poppin' on my poppin', no, it ain't no other option. Hear you talking what you talking, but ain't walking what you talking. Cultivating in this culture, shoot, you know we get it poppin'.
I've been real, but he made that. Never laid back, so I stay strapped. That word and none of that flame pack. No mannequin can fake that. Just God given, never arm risen, never push back. So through my vision, I'm ongoing that side vision like who this, but in my trip, I'm here for the music.
You gonna dig
I giving a hope, I hope they listen and rocking the boat, but never be sick like Steven said, man, what would you think? It zip drop to the empire, no drip drop, but just hip hop with a dope mix to that big pop, so watch out before we get ya, yeah.
One God on the shade with the squad, pass the rock, so the law put in work. Good job, I got bars, I'm a beast, handle bars in the field. I got scars, I go dumb, no reverb, I put it in work. Let's go. I ain't divide, watch your girl go overdrive. Got these souls to multiply, I know we don't see eye to eye. I still got some fish to fry, please just let me handle mine. It's my turn to slice if I know what I want.
Hey yo, Lisa, you gotta get on the show.
He got me twisting the wheel. I ain't got time for the chill. I've been fighting for real. He keep me breaking the bill. I'm so gone, I'm in my zone. I've been so long, I'm in it.
Family on my left side, brothers on my right.
All glory to God.
I'm a child of the light.
I know you gonna dig this.
Cause I'm back up in this mission even when it's do or die. And that's all
God, that's all God, yeah.
Get that understood, better get that understood.
Get that right.
God, better get that understood. Get that understood, better get that understood. That's all God.
You already know. Thank you for rocking with us. GodSon listening party. Check in with KS Radio Show. Friday, 8 o'clock, featuring your boy Gmusik. Let's go.
Got him! Got him!
KS Radio Show, hosted by Alicio, aka KS. You got a new hot record you can't get on the airways? Well, they take music submissions over here at Alicio Torres 1989 at yahoo.com.
Say what?
Alicio started the KS Radio Show in January 2016, and it is recorded live every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time through www.blogtalkradio.com. Not only is the KS Radio Show the home of the most exclusive music and interviews, you can also give a birthday shout out to your homies.
Happy birthday!
Follow on Instagram and Twitter at KS Radio Show, or contact Alicio directly. His phone number is 513-370-4968. Alicio is down to interview anybody with a testimony, so get with it or get lost, get right or get left. Yeah.
FRIENDS, miss me with them indirect boxes on the internet. I passed on never intersect. How you in the click, but you don't know me at all. All your shots get intercepted, so don't throw me the ball.
I have a past. I've made mistakes. But even though I'm not perfect, I refuse to be defined by my failures. I'm proud of the changes that I made and the things that I've overcome. And if you knew what I had to go through in order to transform into the person that I am today, you wouldn't try to discard me. You would celebrate me. Besides, no one can cancel whom God has redeemed. What about you? Redeem culture. It's not just a brand, it's a movement.
Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. If thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another. As I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? If ye love me, keep my commandments. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Put on therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another and forgiving one another, if any man have a quarrel against any. Even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. And above all these things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to the which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful.
Got him! Got him!